y'all, Dixie here. So the new year is upon us and it's about to be here in a few days, whether you're ready or not. And today, since it is going to be the last video before the new year, I wanted to have a little story time and a little bit of real talk about the new year. I feel like around this time of year, folks tend to get kind of down and out. So you have the excitement of the holidays and everyone's all excited, and then there's like this little space right between the holidays and the new year, and folks are like, meow, and they start thinking, you know, did I get everything done that I wanted to this year? Did I accomplish my goals? This was the worst year of my life and next year's, you know, going to be so much better. But how is it going to be better? Before I get into that though, I want to tell y'all a little story of something that happened to me in this last year. So I was out and about one night and I was at the local brewery, and there was a girl who was bartending, younger than myself, and we kind of got to talking, and somebody had mentioned that I hiked the Appalachian Trail and this and that, and she was like, well, how did you do it? How did you get the guts to go for it? And I told her that before I had hiked the Appalachian Trail, I had moved to Denver, and that was a really big step for me because, you know, I'm from Alabama and I was here pretty close to my family and everything, and then I had to go to this town where I knew nobody. And moving out west was always something that I wanted to do, but like any other big step in life, it's nerve-wracking to think about, just changing your whole world, and what if I don't like it, and what if it's horrible? The reason she was asking me about this is because she had recently encountered an opportunity to move to Nashville, and that was something that she had always wanted to do. And so she was nervous about it and, you know, worried about leaving home, and so she just wanted to know, like, how did I finally just go for it? And I told her, I said, well, before I moved to Denver, I was talking to my mom, and I was really, you know, just like having second thoughts about it, and I had already accepted a job there and everything, and I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about backing out. So while I was talking to my mom about all of this and my reservations, she said, well, I got this card not that long back, and I kept it because I thought that somebody might need it one day, and I think that it's time to give it to somebody. So she comes to me and she gives me this card, and it says on there, cross the line. So to sum up this card, it mentions that we create like these bounds in our lives, or these lines that, you know, on the other side of the line there's this opportunity, and then on the side that we are is like mediocrity and like our comfort zone. So to get across the line and to that opportunity and that better life, it takes risk, and I mean, that's scary. So instead of crossing that line or that bound that we've set for ourselves, we're like, well, maybe someday I'll go over there and check out that opportunity on the other side of the line. But we just keep saying that someday, and we keep just pushing our dreams and our goals and those things that take risk and effort on the back burner. So if this opportunity is finally just staring you in the face one day and you decide, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna cross the line, I'm gonna go for it, well, then there are these little setbacks and things that happen, obstacles that make you think like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or maybe this isn't the right time because, you know, these hardships have come up and might be creating a barrier between me and my goal. And then Lord knows there are gonna be people. There are gonna be people who try to discourage you from reaching your goal, not because they don't love you or because they don't want you to succeed, but because they're scared for you. So like for me, going to Denver, or me hiking the Appalachian Trail, you know, my parents were scared to death. You know, you're gonna go somewhere where you don't know people, or out on the AT, you know, what if you fall down and break your leg, or what if somebody kills you, or whatever? So there are all these fears that they have, but those are their fears. Now sure, I might fear them too, but if I've decided to cross the line, you know, I have to go for it for me, and I can't let their fears hold me back. And more than anything holding you back, there will be yourself. So we are our biggest critics, and we control our minds, and so we can just psych ourselves out on these things and think, well, that goal or that thing that I want, maybe it isn't for me. Maybe I'm not good enough to have it. Maybe it's for other people. You know, other people succeed like that, and you know, I'm not smart enough to start a new business. I don't know anything about business, or you know, whatever goal you may have. For me, I've never been on an overnight backpacking trip. I can't hike the Appalachian Trail, but I did. So you will hold yourself back more than any of these other obstacles or other people. But the card also mentions that there's a line to be crossed, and it's up to you to do it. I can honestly say that I have never regretted crossing a line. And now I can't say that it was always sunshine and butterflies and everything was perfect and it turned out wonderfully, but I can say that moving to Denver and hiking the Appalachian Trail and anything else that I've done has just really allowed me to meet wonderful people, to see amazing things, and to really just grow as a person. And I honestly believe that each time you cross a line, crossing the next one gets a lot easier. So I told this bartender that, you know, and I showed her the card and everything. And I said, if there's any chance that you can go to Nashville and it's something that you've been wanting to do, like just any remote desire to do it, you should definitely go for it. So I left that night not thinking anything else about it. And that, like I said, was 6 months to a year ago, and I haven't seen her since. until the other day, like within the last week. I was out and about and I ran into her and I saw her and I was like, should I go up to her and ask her if she moved to Nashville? I mean, she's back here in Alabama, but maybe she's just home for Christmas. So finally I got the guts to go up to her and say, hey girl, you know, did you end up going to Nashville? I don't know if you remember me. And she kind of looked at me and then the smile crept across her face and she said, okay, I'm about to be weird right now. Yes, I went to Nashville. Yes, I love it. And you probably don't even realize how much of a nerve was struck with me when we had that conversation. And she said, I want you to see this. And she pulled up her sleeve and showed me a tattoo of the Nashville skyline with mountains behind it, and it says cross the line. I can't even tell you how many chill bumps I had all over my body. So anyway, for me, you know, crossing the line meant moving to Denver. It meant hiking the Appalachian Trail. It meant starting a YouTube channel. It meant starting a microgreens business. It means now for me, you know, hiking the PCT next year. So this girl was moving to Nashville, was crossing the line for her. But what is crossing the line for you? Is it starting a business? Is it moving somewhere else? Is it doing a section hike on the Appalachian Trail? Is it traveling to a country you've never been to, learning a foreign language? What is your thing? Because I know y'all all have something that you've consistently put on the back burner for years and years and years. And you can tell yourself a lie and say, well, I'm too young, Dixie, or I'm too old, Dixie. But if you're 14 and you have a dream, then it's never too soon to start planning for it. It's never too soon to start learning about it, researching, saving up money, you know, start cutting grass and learn some business skills or learn to deal with people and money. And if you're 72 and you're like, well, there's this thing that I've always wanted to do, but, you know, I'm too old to start it now. Well, what are you going to say to yourself in 10 years when you're 82? Do you wish that you could talk to your 72-year-old self at that point and say, hey, self, we had 10 years to do this. Why didn't you do it? So the point is, there's a line that you've drawn for yourself in your life, and it needs to be crossed. Cross the line, y'all. And with that, I hope everyone has a happy new year and take this time to reflect. And if you don't have any other New Year's resolutions, then let it be to cross the line. Set some goals for yourself and make next year count. We'll see y'all next time. Okay, so I am here at Amicalola State Park, and there's this nice little compartment overhead, so that's the opening, where you can put like a headlamp